Well, as you can see by the title, what I'm about to be doing, I'm gonna give my honest opinion on Ironheart. So for me, I'd give this show, I say a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I say 6 out of 10. I believe it was a pretty good story. I was interested all the way up into the end. It kind of reminded me of Spider-Man Homecoming because at the very beginning, she was trying to be bigger than she already was, or be bigger than she actually was. And it reminded me of Spider-Man. When his first movie came out, Iron Man kept telling him, like, stay close to the ground, like, deal with the robbers, the bank robbers, the personators, deal with those small people first. But now that I'm thinking back on it, that didn't really make sense for the plot of the movie because he ended up fighting the Vulture, which is one of his biggest villains anyway. But that reminded me of when Spider-Man was doing that. Ironheart was like, I'm trying to be big already. And I was like screaming at the phone. I was like, bro, start small. You can't be big without starting small. No one just grows big. Iron Man didn't just come out with his 45th mark already. Like he started at Mark 1, which was a piece of garbage. And then he did 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he had the nanite one and Avengers Infinity War. But it was like she was already trying to get there. So that kind of annoyed me just a little bit. The story was cool. I believe that it made a lot of sense. Like it showed how she couldn't deal with the loss of her friend. But I thought it was gonna be something that she was going to overcome in the end. But instead, she ended up selling her literal soul to get her friend back. For me, that's what put the show at like a super low rating because it's just kind of like you did all of this for nothing. And kind of to break off into another point, the fact that she's working with criminals just so she can get some money. Like you're that desperate, like come to freak on, bro. Like if you just bide your time and you know what I'm saying, Tony Stark built this with scraps in a box. Like, freak are you doing? Why are you selling out just because you get you? I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. I think the show is actually a 5 for me. Like it would have been a 6 if she wouldn't have sold out. It would have been a 6.5 if she wouldn't have sold out. It would have been a 6 if she wouldn't have freaking worked with criminals. Like she was that desperate already. Like let's find some Indeed. Let's do some applications. Like you've got a good repertoire of things. You built a freaking Iron Man, so people are gonna want to hire you. Sorry about the noise in my back. So isn't the noise in my back? My dog got kennel cough. It don't matter though. You literally have the repertoire that anybody is looking for. Just because you got kicked out of school doesn't mean you're not gonna get a job. The first thing you do not do is work with criminals, and the criminal that you're working with is using some type of demonic coat. This nigga took the coat off, he turned into a full-fledged demon. I thought it was the hobgoblin for a second. No, he just freaking possessed by some hood. I was like, what the freak is going on? So I definitely get it why people gave it a not just a 4, but a 4.3. Like you couldn't even get 4.5 or a 5 star. You got 4.3. So I definitely understand what they're coming from. And probably because this is my video, I'll do whatever the freak I want. I'm gonna be talking about Superman in the next video. I'll probably make that tomorrow, upload that tomorrow. But what do you think about the show, buddy? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Me too. Like I don't understand why she did that. You feel me? Like I was really rooting for her in the end, not even because of black. I feel like that doesn't even matter anymore. Like being black, being white, who the freak cares? Just be super, bruh. I don't give a freak if you're black, white, Indian. I like what's her face? I don't think everybody else likes her, but what's her name? The girl Kamal something, Miss Miss Marvel. I like her. She's pretty cool. I think her powers are cool. But no, this show, it could have been so much better if it was better written. I think, like, I don't want to make this a race issue and say like a bunch of this is why black people, this is what black people always do. They sell out. No, black people don't always do that. There's a lot of us that sell out, but not all of us do that. You feel me? I feel like it was a letdown for sure. It was exciting to see what's his face son, Stain's son, Obadiah Stain's son. He was like the polar opposite of his father until he got power. Then he was kind of going off for a second. But it's like they made him into like some weak person with all these weapons. You got all these weapons down here. You can't fight. Are you kidding me? This whole time while they was riding in the car, if y'all know what I'm talking about, they was riding in the car. She was talking so much trash. And he was like, please don't hurt me or something. Or she was talking trash and I said, like, what would you be? You don't have no suit on. You're sitting here talking to this man crazy. If he was to pull over and punch you in your face, like you wouldn't be able to do anything. You have no powers. You have no suit. Your suit is broken. You're going to the black market. Again, another letdown. Freak are you doing? Not this desperate. Get you a car battery. Light that mother freaker up. I don't understand why we're going through all these deep, dark avenues just to get where you once were. Like, I'm pretty sure the school will let you back in after a year or so. You know what I'm saying? I'm in college. I don't know how it works getting kicked out of school. Not my problem. You feel me? But I don't know. It could have been better written. I feel like her character is very cool. I never saw her as an Iron Man replacement. I saw her as somebody who's trying to follow in the footsteps of Iron Man, just like Spider-Man. Like, there's so many characters in Marvel that you can, so many superhero characters that you can just not replace. Like, for me, Henry Cavill will always be Superman. Y'all hate on it if y'all want. I don't give no freak. That dude was that dude, bro. Wolverine, you can never replace Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. You can never replace Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. You can never replace, what's it called? Like, there's so many people that are just Professor X, the young and the old. Like, you cannot replace the Magneto young and old. There's so many people that have just been established that you can just not replace. Iron Man will never be replaced by Spider-Man. Ironheart, nobody's replacing Iron Man. Nobody's replacing Captain America. Not even Sam Wilson. Definitely not John Walker. But they're just like, I feel like it was a good way to branch off her own story, but it could have been better written for sure. It was a bit of a letdown, I believe. The very last episode upset me for sure because she was fighting it at first. She's sitting down talking with this demon. The demon's like, I can give you what you want, and I guess he can see her memories at a freak. How? But he's a Marvel character. I had no idea. Mephisto, something like that. You don't get no freaks. He was saying, I can give you anything you want. And she was thinking about her friend. And at first, like, it was showing a vision of what it would look like if her friend, well, not really a vision, it was showing what it actually was. It was showing what it was when I thought it was a vision of if her friend got brought back to life. And so it was showing like her talking to her friend and her touching her friend and saying, oh my gosh, you're actually back here. And then it went back to the table where they were eating and talking. And at first she was like, nah, I can't do that. You have nothing to offer me. And then all of a sudden she just changed her mind and accepted the deal to bring her friend back in exchange for her own soul. You got to let go, bro. There's no way. Like, it just, I don't know. I understand going through my own stuff, and I'll probably open up more about that in future videos, piece by piece, ear by ear, play by play, whatever the freak I'm gonna say. You have to learn to let go. Like, there's no way, bro. If your friend is already dead and you're going through evil means, desperate means to bring her back, then it's like, what did you really gain? Because your friend can die again. I'm not sure if she even had like something growing on her arm, like veins or whatever, kind of like how the hood was like when he would put the hood on, he had like stuff growing all over him. Like, I guess that's their body decaying after they sold their souls. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's freaking scary. So you've initially acquired something temporarily in exchange for something that's priceless. Your soul should never be sold. It can't even be bought. If people are willing, they're trying. That's the whole thing. People try to put a price on your soul, but the fact it's like, if people just stop for a second, you're trying to limit the cap on my soul. Imagine if I got everything you just offered me with my soul still. You're trying to, I'll give you this house, I'll give you this friend, I'll give you this car in exchange for your soul. What if I could just keep my soul and get the car? It might take me a little bit longer. I may not get the car just like that, but I'm gonna get the car and I'm still my soul. I'm gonna be able to enjoy what I just got. I can't enjoy anything because I'm just a vessel now. I'm just a shell. There's nothing inside of me anymore. I'm not happy with myself. Everybody that says that they sold their soul can never like enjoy anything that they sold their soul for. So it's like, I don't know. It was just very disappointing to see her do that. Oh my gosh, yeah, it could have been such, it could have went another way for sure. It could have been much better writing than that. Disappointing for sure. But it wasn't that bad. I wouldn't give it a 4. I give it a 6. It wasn't that bad, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's, I don't really give a freak about that. You're probably gonna hate me for this anyway, but Madam Web was kind of okay. But you could kind of tell that it was all over the place, like the way Spider-Man's origins or whatever, Spider People, Spider Village, freak out of here. That doesn't make any sense. I give that movie a 5. People will give that movie a 2. The worst movie I've ever seen is The Joker. I'm getting off on a tangent, but yeah, that was my honest opinion on Ironheart. Like, subscribe. If you don't, that's okay too. If you just wanted to watch and hear what I had to say and then go on about your day, that's fine as well. Like I said, I'm going to be posting another video on what I thought of Superman. Superman. I'll save it for the next video. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe if you want. Have a great day. God bless.